I used to have this light on my previous printer. Uh, to say it's really good. I like the design of it because it had this yellow, or you can change it to white, kind of like a thief or what. How is it ever called? And yeah, and it also had this heating element, so the lens was heated. So on winter time when you start the car, it's really good that the heated glass will melt all the ice away, or when you drive behind someone or it snows a lot, it will cover the lens, and when you suddenly need to have eye beams on, it will take some time till the light will heat up lens again and you get the light. So I think it was really good light, so I'm installing it on my Sprinter. Yeah, I'm still thinking about, I don't know, maybe I will install some kind of pipe here. But yeah, it has to work with the winch plate. So we'll see what I do about it. But right now I'm going to install it with this stainless steel plate to the bumper. But of course, many install it just by screwing through it. It's not going to stay, it's going to flex a lot. And you never know when the weight of it will just rip it off. So I don't want to screw like 100 screws into the bumper. But yeah, I do have a solution for that. I was thinking about slipping this plate behind the bumper, but it has these, I don't know if you can see it, some original bumper tabs. I have to cut them off because otherwise they will interfere with the plate that I'm putting behind it. Still thinking about in which way I do. On some cars I have done put the plate behind and then use rivet nuts. I mean rivets. I just rivet it together. But on this one I have those bolts there in case I need to remove the bumper again. So I need the front plate to be in a way so I can take it off. So I was thinking about, well, I cannot make threads here, it's not thick enough. So what I can do is put rivet nuts here and use some stainless steel bolts that I bolted through. So I think that's a good solution for this situation. Now they are done and they came up quite nice. I think it's sturdy enough. And what else? This and this. Alright, I have it installed now. I ended up using some flathead screws because they are not too high, so won't interfere with the license plate. Luckily I had some in stock, so could use them. Yeah. It looks straight now. Now I have to sort out the wiring. So wiring kits usually have a plus and a minus. Minus, of course, you put in the ground, plus you put on the battery's positive terminal, and then you have a relay, and from the relay you need on one plug that goes to the light, and then you have what is it called? Wake up signal like wire or whatever. So this you can put in your car's high beams. So when your high beams go on, also the extra light high beams goes on. Because I already had a high beam light installed on this van. I drilled a hole here into the back cover and used a seal to seal it up and put a wire through it. On the other hand side I have this plug installed, and on the other inner side I have this kind of connector. One goes to the plug of the high beam, and there you can reconnect the high beam's own wire so it doesn't interfere with it. So I can connect the pull wire here. And the high beam wire. Okay, now they are connected. So this has the high beam panels, parking light and the heating. Should be watertight now. Next I made this wire for the parking lights. So I'll also put it through there, and for this wire I'm going to use that kind of connector. And put the cover back on. Alright, now I should have all the cables done, so all I have to do is just connect them and tuck them away somewhere. Alright, it's now dark outside and I took the Sprinter out so we can test the lights. Okay, turn the parking lights on. They look like this. Yeah, I think the yellow ones look much better than the white ones. I'm not going to test high beams here, so let's go somewhere where we have room to play. Now in a closed area, and there's a street in front of me and there's no cars coming. Okay, this is how the stock lights work. It's how it came from the factory, so it doesn't make a lot of difference if you ask me. And now I have it set so the high beams go on. Yeah. That does make some difference. I don't know if the height is good or do I need to adjust it even higher. I don't know. I have to go somewhere with flat. But yeah, when I don't know if you see it on the camera, but if the I beams turn on, of course the yellow parking lights go off. And the glass feels warm because it has the heaters. But yeah, it's a must here in Finland because we have really long winter and dark time, so the daylight time is really short here. And yeah, one thing, I don't know, do they have them in United States, but this one has also the front fog lights, so they go on from here, and when you press up it turns on the rear fog light and the front, but the front ones look like this. So they are down there. Up there I have the LED bulbs installed. And they do make a difference in the fog, of course, because they give that light low. But yeah, I think that's all about those lights. I had two companies contacting me about if I want to do some collab on installing some light bars or any other lights, but because they didn't have this Euro marking on them, I didn't want to do collab because it's illegal to install them here in Europe, and it looks like this. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, it has arrow E9 and E, also E9 on the other lights. But yeah, I will be interested on having a light bar on top of the van. That's about 1 meter, I don't know how many inches, at least 1 meter wide. If some company wants me or wants to sponsorize me, why not? Of course, I'm up to it, but it needs to have a A marking on it, so it's not illegal to use on the road. But yeah, I think that's enough for this one. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.